very glad to welcome you here on the stand of Team France Export, Business France, and partners with the Ministry of Ecology. We are going to have a discussion on the scaling up of energy efficiency on database solutions in building renovation. So please, let me introduce you Chloé Clair, who is CEO of namR. Hi, Chloé.
Hi.
And Vincent Bryant, who is CEO of Deediée.
Hi, Véronique.
So we are very lucky to have two very talented green tech entrepreneurs with a successful record of scaling up abroad, and so lucky that you made yourself available to be here with us. Maybe just for a teaser, you both agreed to share some views on the role of public-enabled environments and of the main steps and key factors of a successful scaling up process. So, last but not least, I would like to thank our partners, Business France and Team France Export, for giving us the opportunity to be present here today with you on the stand. So this is a very concrete demo on how French public actors, hand in hand, support green innovative companies. That is to say, those who really make the ecological transition happen. For the record, namR and Deediée have been awarded the Greentech label of the French Ministry of Ecology. So now, just maybe both of you, to start the discussion, would you like to tell us about your latest developments? Maybe Chloé, if you want to start.
Yes, Véronique. So we have big news this week because we entered the French stock market, Euronext Growth, 2 days ago. So it's a big step for our company, and we are very proud about it. And that is the big news of the week.
Okay, and maybe if you can go on which markets you are on now?
So it's Euronext Growth, and this will help us to develop internationally. I think we'll speak about it, and to grow, to have a better growth for the future, to finance our growth.
Okay, excellent. And what about you, Vincent? Is it the same or?
Yeah, actually, we raised 11 million euros in the past years, and we aim at raising again the private placement market, something around 40 and 60 million, to help us make our international growth scalable, because today we have started in France, and I have to say that I'm very proud of starting in France, because there are so many infrastructures, organizations that help you get abroad. And we have now offices in Paris, Milan in Italy, Madrid in Spain, London in the UK, and very soon, in the following weeks, in Berlin in Germany.
So very European. Good.
Yes.
Maybe can you both tell us what your solution brings to these markets?
Okay, so at namR we intend to describe the physical world with data, and with this we intend to lead ecological transition, because as we have the data, all the quantitative and qualitative data of buildings, region and the environment, we are able to measure the positive impact of any ecological transition solution. So for example, if you want to make some energy retrofitting, we are able to tell you what kind of works you could do, depending on what kind of buildings you want to renovate, over many buildings. So what we help you to do is to target what are the best solutions with the best positive impact, because we are able to measure everything. So every solution can be, every consequence of a solution can be measured, and so you can really choose, depending on your strategies, what are the best ones. And what is interesting as well is it's not just CO2 consequences, but it's on a multi-impact look that you can have a look at the solutions. So that is the interesting part.
Excellent. And maybe a complementary question. Do you attend public or private sector?
We actually, our client base are all the stakeholders around the building. So regions, and territories are among our clients. So public, yes, but also private, because we also help investors into a real estate portfolio or building owners to develop their ecological transition thanks to our solution.
Okay, so Vincent, do you address the same needs and the same clients and other synergies with namR?
Yes, similarly, actually, we help investors, asset managers, and occupiers to get a comprehensive overview of their real estate portfolio in order to make, first, their buildings more sustainable, second, to comply with the local regulation, and third, to increase the value of their assets thanks to actionable insights. And to do so, we provide a SaaS platform that collects data, makes it reliable, and analyzes this data in order to help build actionable insights. We have now 150 people whose job is to build and maintain this platform.
Okay. And what is complementary between our two solutions is that DeepKey is about the internal data from the client and giving insights to this data. Mm-hmm. And we bring external data, contextual data, environmental data from outside to complete the overview. So we are very much complementary.
And this external data, is it always good and clear, or?
Yes, if you take it from namR, of course.
Okay.
We build it from open data, but open data is incomplete, so we complete it with machine learning tools to have this data available on 35 million buildings in France, okay, and soon 200 million buildings in Europe. And what we do after is we take this open data, complete it, and then we cross it and analyze it to make new data that we call attributes that are unseen so far and that help describe the buildings. And as of today, we have 250 attributes on the shelves, readily available for our clients to understand all about the buildings that they own, that they finance, that they insure, so that they can really operate their strategies.
And you, Vincent, can you tell us a bit about your technology? Or?
Of course. Actually, we collect data from various sources. So most of the time, indeed, we start with the data that asset managers, occupiers already have. So it's buildings attributes, it's their invoices, it's everything that regard the management of the building. Then we complete this data with utilities, water, waste, environmental information coming from the different suppliers. And then we do a little bit as well of open data, less computed certainly than namR, to help build actionable insights and build what we call pathways, especially pathways towards net zero, which is actually building a decarbonation of the building for the time.
Excellent. So at one time, you both told us that it was a big help for you to have an enabling public environment support from public actors. Maybe can you let us know how this helped you to develop your internationalization strategy or development of your model? If you want to share.
On our side, we are at the beginning. As you've seen, DeepKey is a bit more advanced, so we're just starting. So we'll be very happy from the support of the public sector in France to go abroad. But as anyway, already in France, we have already some support from BPI, which is a great support. And I think you can talk to us about the reality in going abroad.
Yeah, it's very useful. Let me first start to say that when you want to launch a venture, an innovative company in France, it's very not easy, but you have a lot of support. I remember 7 years ago when we started, we've been able to hire very quickly people because the French government actually paid for my co-founder and I salaries for several months. Okay. That's an example. A second example is all the subsidies and all the loans you can have for innovating projects. And that's something important as well when you want to build innovation, technologies. And the last but not the least is obviously to export your technology abroad. And in this case, we've worked, for instance, in Spain and Italy in order to build market studies. Then we work with Business France in order to contact first clients. And we just finished a few weeks ago the Impact USA program in order to prepare our landing in the US.
Okay, excellent. And maybe can you just give us an insight of when you both started thinking of going abroad?
We started thinking about it, I think, from the beginning, because we all have an ambition for our company. But for us now, it's the right moment at this moment in time. We have found our product market fit in France with several kind of clients. And these clients are insurers and the public sectors and things like that, that we know we can find also abroad, and we know will be also supported. So today is the right time, and we'll be abroad in 2022, and we are building it in the next 6 months.
Okay, so it's ongoing.
Yes.
And you? Because it's been sooner,
yeah, actually,
I guess.
indeed,
Yeah.
we start thinking about it from the beginning, because we built Deep with a two-fold impact in mind. The first one was to have an impact on the climate change for the real estate industry, and the second one was to create jobs at not a large scale, but at least in France and in other countries, thanks to innovation. And it's a matter of maturity, I would say, because I don't think it's a good idea to start getting abroad or landing into a new country without having strong basements, and that's we think what we have now for several years, and it's good for us to keep growing in new countries.
Okay, and in your activity, both of you, is cross-border a reality? I mean, do you have clients on both sides of the border for some projects, or is it still?
Yes, that's what makes us, what you talked about, having strong foundations. If you have strong foundations in France, you work with companies that are already abroad, and if they like your solution, of course they want to implement it abroad. Okay. So that makes us think we will follow our insurer clients abroad, we will follow our real estate client abroad, and we learn about public abroad, because that's another story.
Okay.
But I think it's all about, at the beginning, of course, you can really count on your basis, the foundation that you have, because all the companies and big groups we work with, anyway, they are all international.
Okay. And maybe for the end, what would be your advice for a young startupper, a green startupper who want to go international?
It's very hard to give, and very dangerous to give any advice, because all industries are different and all entrepreneurial paths are different. But what can I say is, we used to spend a lot of time to listen to people, but not to implement everything they said, and building our own conviction before acting.
Okay, thank you both very much.
Thank you, Véronique.
Thank you, Véronique, for this moment.